Yo, it's me, Danchou. Welcome back to the Hideout, you guys, for another Jujutsu Kaisen video. And this time, I'll be talking about 5 cool ways that MAPPA can make Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 0 better than the original manga source material. Now, this is a spoiler warning. If you are not caught up with the Jujutsu Kaisen manga, you don't want to watch this video. Or if you have at least read Volume 0 manga and have at least gotten through the Shibuya incident, you probably will be fine watching this. But if you are not caught up, I definitely would recommend you don't watch this video, you guys. There's going to be some spoiler warnings because I'm going to be talking about some things that can make the seamlessness of Volume 0 and the second season of Jujutsu Kaisen go by really smoothly. So, just a heads up, don't want you guys watching this and then finding out a whole bunch of information you don't want to know. Letting you know now, spoiler warning. Okay. With the new animated trailer released a month before the movie's debut, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 0 has already impressed millions and has already excited everyone for MAPPA's adaptation. With that being said, I want to talk about things MAPPA could add or expand on to make the lore of Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 0 flow even better than before, while adding depth to the main story. Now, disclaimer. This video isn't my way of critiquing Volume 0 at all. I repeat, I am not bashing Volume 0 in this video. However, I will be bringing up things that I believe Gege Akutami will allow MAPPA to expand on where he couldn't in the original publishing. As any manga reader who has watched the Jujutsu Kaisen anime knows, MAPPA has already made additions and changes in the first season, but they were all great ways to expand on what was presented in the source material. So, here are 5 ways that MAPPA could add to make Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 0 better than the original manga source material. Cue the intro. The first thing that I think MAPPA should focus on to make Volume 0 better would be to expand on Rika's backstory. If you tuned into my live stream reaction of the trailer, you already heard me talk about this a bit. For those who don't know or forgot, in Volume 0, Rika has a character profile where there are facts listed on her background prior to meeting Yuta, and a little of what she was like before she died. There are quite a few things listed, and none of it makes Rika out to be some lovable sweet child, but nothing is concrete either. The notes consist of things like Rika's mother dying of mysterious causes, her and her dad going missing while mountain climbing together but only her being found, her grandmother suspecting she killed both her parents, and even her stealing the ring she gave Yuta from her grandmother. Rika has some very creepy stuff attached to her profile, and within the trailer we see her in a hospital with Yuta looking at her. This is an indication that MAPPA has taken the Volume 0 notes on Rika into account, making the chance of the other things listed being added as well. I say this because it's only explained in the volume notes that Rika met Yuta while in the hospital while he was being treated for pneumonia. And since we saw that in the trailer, I'm pretty sure they're going to keep adding on to these things. So when I say expand on this, I mean show us the events described within the notes and maybe add new scenes or moments to properly show the relevance these suspicious acts have on Rika's connection with Yuta and her aggressive personality when she turned into a curse. Apparently, when she met Yuta's sister, she was really nice, but after turning into a curse, she became very aggressive, and that could be because she wants to have possession over Yuta. It would be really cool to get more empathy or understanding behind Rika's life as a child, considering she died when she was 11. Number 2, show the December 24th event in Kyoto. Let's see more of the attack on Kyoto and Tokyo when Ghetto let his curses loose there to get Yuta alone at the Jujutsu school. It was this event where Aototo got his legend for defeating curses without using a technique, and it was also when Nanami broke the Black Flash record mentioned in the Goodwill event. We know this because of the Jujutsu Kaisen fanbook Akutami did, where he explains that this is when Nanami broke this record. These 2 events alone are amazing action moments to expand on without taking too much liberties with the lore of the series. This is also a good moment to play on the popularity of Todo and Nanami by giving the anime-only fans more of them, while also being a special treat to us manga readers. Not only that, there are a few moments shown in the fight between Ghetto and Miguel during this time. It looks like from the trailer they're already adding a bit as we see Gojo running on the buildings fighting curses forming from electrical wires in the building. Hopefully, this isn't just a small sequence and extends into the battle with Miguel. This will not only give us more Gojo content, and of course who doesn't want that, but then we get to see more of the black rope in action. The black rope was a tool that was able to negate Gojo's technique because of its properties and was made by Miguel's tribe of people overseas. It would be really cool to see more of this rope in action and would give more context to the curse tool itself, especially since it's an item that is mentioned later in the series. Seeing the actions of sorcerers during this historical event in modern Jujutsu history would elevate the seriousness of this moment tenfold and add to the depth of Ghetto's attack. That would be really cool to see. Number 3, more Nanako and Mamiko plus Ghetto group moments. Nanako and Mamiko are the two main members of Ghetto's family that he created after leaving the Jujutsu school. The two sisters' origin was shown during the main series in Ghetto's flashback as a student, but their introduction was in Volume 0, where they went with Ghetto to Tokyo when he wanted to antagonize the Jujutsu school. We see the two of them approach Ijichi and speak as if they planned on killing him. It was only him and them, but Ijichi survived into the main series somehow. Possibly, this could be a plot hole by Gege, considering Ijichi is supposed to just be an auxiliary manager. But in Shibuya, Nanami mentioned he once was trained to be a sorcerer. So there is a chance Ijichi has some skill as a sorcerer and was able to survive the encounter with the twins, and showing us this interaction would be really cool, even if it's short-lived. As a whole, this movie will be an amazing time to see more of the moments between Ghetto and his family fleshed out, and give more context to characters we know arrive in the manga later on. Nothing as deep as backstories, but seeing more interactions between the group members as well as Ghetto's relationship with them as a leader can add heavy emotional value to Ghetto's context as a character without creating anime original scenarios and characters. Just expanding on the meetings teased in Volume 0 will be enough to hone in on Ghetto's ideals, charisma, and philosophy without spoiling the content given in the main series. Number 4, Gojo and Ghetto moment. At the end of Volume 0, Gojo and Ghetto have their final moment together. Once the strongest duo, Gojo and Ghetto were best friends who completed missions together. It is the tragic events of Hidden Inventory flashback arc where the connection begins to dwindle, but this is shown in the main series. In their final moment, Ghetto and Gojo exchange words that make it clear neither one of them have any form of hatred for the other. Gojo even says that he trusted him, hence deciding to send Panda back and Inumaki to fight Ghetto and protect Yuta. Ghetto also tells Gojo how he felt about his decision to go against the Jujutsu school, simply saying he couldn't truly be happy if he didn't chase after his goal of eradicating the non-sorcerer race. Gojo accepts this, but with no words. We don't see Gojo's reaction, and thematically, it works very well. Ghetto ending the conversation with "at least curse me a little" in the end, while the scene changes to the aftermath of the clash between Yuta and Ghetto. It would be amazing if we got more to this conversation, and even hints to the events of Hidden Inventory shown in the movie. This would be a seamless way to connect the emotional moment with the past that separated them, without spoiling too much of what happened between Ghetto and Gojo. Number 5, post-credit scene. A post-credit scene of some sort will really elevate things for this story. What this post-credit scene has can be a variety of things. A montage of Yuta's time without Rika while in Jujutsu school, or they could show Gojo getting in contact with Miguel, showing us what caused Miguel and Yuta to go overseas together, or we know from the volume extras that Gojo made life with Miguel hard after the parade of the 100 demons, so maybe we just can see what Gojo did specifically, and I imagine it'd be funny to see how he annoys Miguel. If anything, they could show Yuta leaving to go overseas with Miguel, adding something unseen that gives more hints to the anime onlys that Yuta's role in the story isn't over. He was already shown in the second opening for the first season, so they could add the scene shown in the opening once again, seamlessly connecting the dots of the story. A thing I personally really find cool is a little showing of what Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara were doing during the time between Volume 0 and the beginning of the first season. Yuji's life before high school with the occult club, Megumi's life with Sumiki, and Nobara's time with her grandmother could be all hinted at with quick frames. This, of course, is more fan service for people that are big fans of the main trio, but that's precisely what will make the movie over the top. It lets the anime onlys know that Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 0 is definitely a prequel with relevant elements, if the context of the movie for them wasn't enough. This may be a pipe dream, but if at the end of the movie we get some hint at Rika's return seen in the manga, it would elevate the experience tenfold. It would not only hype up the anime onlys for Yuta's return, but also get manga readers excited to see an eventual explanation on how Rika came back. Quick honorable mention. A major thing that would be hard for Mappa to do timeline-wise would be awesome seeing is the Goodwill event that Yuta participated in. We know that Toto wanted the rematch between Yuta after what happened in the Goodwill event the year before. Maki mentioned that it was a one-sided affair with Yuta and Rika, meaning Yuta must have decimated them without much challenge. I entirely doubt Mappa will be able to add an entire Goodwill event between the two schools, But maybe they could give us a little glimpse of this moment once again, making events talked about in the main series become actual experiences for the audience. Or we could see what Gojo and Shoko did with Ghetto's body after his death, and hint at how Kenjaku was able to get his hands on it. But I highly doubt that would happen because it would spoil way too much for anime onlys later down the line. We want them to have that same excitement we had when we found out about Ghetto's body being taken. So that is all I have to talk about for how MAPPA can make Volume 0 even better with this movie. The animation already looks fantastic. I can already tell they are trying to be thorough in the things that they show. So I'm hoping they can add some things here just to give us manga readers something special and also give anime onlys some nice context for their first time experiencing. That would just be really nice for them to have. It'd just be really exciting to know that they can see Jujutsu Kaisen in this light and really be prepped for the crazy things that we're going to get coming from season 2. But that is all from me, Danchou. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming to this video. If you like content like this, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget the comment section below and hit that subscribe button. This is your first time coming to the Hideout. That bell icon right there will let you know anytime we drop more content on the channel, and you don't want to miss that. It's your boy Danchou. Thank you for coming back, you guys. Peace.